Welcome to GECE, the greatest education channel ever. I am Isan Guato.
And I'm Ishmael Joseph.
In today's episode, we will investigate why the Earth is the way it is today.
Around 200 to 300 million years ago, there existed a supercontinent known as Pangaea, which held almost all of Earth's land masses. Over millions of years, the continents gradually drifted apart, eventually forming the world as we know it today. While this continental drift is well documented, the exact reasons behind it remain the subject of many scientific theories.
In 1912, a geologist named Alfred Wegener had a theory on why the continents are separated and so far apart. He suggested that the continents were once a single landmass and gradually drifted apart, either because of the centrifugal force of the Earth's rotation or some kind of astronomical precession. After about 50 years, modern technology and a man named Harry Hess found evidence that supported Alfred Wegener's hypothesis. He discovered the concept of tectonic plates, which were a scientific theory that there are large, irregular-shaped slabs of rock that make up the Earth's crust and upper mantle. Thanks to these two people, we now know more about the world. And it is possible that there once existed the supercontinent Pangaea. But we don't really know much about these geologists, so we will time travel back in time to meet them.
All right, let me get the time machine, and we will first be traveling to the time of Alfred Wegener.
Huh. Whoa! Hello, people. Where'd you guys come from?
Hello, sir. Don't worry about it. But we want to know more about your continental drift theory.
Of course. Not many people agree with me, but I'll be fascinated to explain my hypothesis to you guys.
We've read about your work, but it would be amazing to hear it straight from you. Can you tell us why you believe the continents move?
Continental drift is the idea that the world's land masses are slowly moving over time. I believe in this idea, and I ain't gonna listen to those fatty critics. Firstly, there is geometric evidence.
What in the whole worldy world is that?
If you were to match up the shapes of the continents, you would find that they could fit in like a puzzle. Especially if you look at the coasts of North and South America as they match up with Africa. This suggests that they were once bound together in an ancient geological arrangement.
I love puzzles and yapping.
Well, that is only one piece of evidence. It is still very unlikely that there was once one supercontinent.
I have much more evidence than that. For example, fossils of the same species could be found on the shorelines of these coasts, even though they are separated by an entire ocean. These species and fossils were only found on those two continents, which could prove they were once connected. Geologists also wondered why mountains just end abruptly in one continent and pick back up in another. They even found that the layers of rocks were the same. This could prove that these mountains were once connected together. Also, many different fossils of many plants were found in places they could not live in. Evidence of past glaciers were found in many places that are too warm for glaciers today. This could prove that these continents were moving, causing them to have different climates that could support the growth of these plants and enable glaciers to not melt. But even with all this evidence, many scientists don't believe me because I can't explain why they are moving apart.
That is very interesting. But we should get going now to the time of Harry Hess.
Whoa! I'm so sorry. I was so captivated in thinking of my theory that I didn't realize I walked straight into you.
That's very interesting. Can you tell us more about this theory?
Of course. My theory was mostly built around the use of modern technology, especially sonar. Sonar is technology that uses sound waves to determine depths and sizes of objects. This revealed long underwater mountain ranges where magma rises up from the mantle. My idea was that the continents moved because the ocean floor is getting wider. Sonar helped me discover that the seafloor slowly grows outward from mid-ocean ridges as new crust is formed, pushing the continents along.
Interesting. We are actually people from the future. And we would like you and Alfred Wegener to come with us a few years ahead and have a debate against the critics who disagreed with your ideas.
Oh, I'm ready for a debate.